Welcome to Chaotic Inc. and I'm your host KSDTV, and today's episode is quite special as I've been invited to recommend a game to my community as the roaming editor for TapTap, and it's the hottest story-packed anime-style RPG called Forgotton Anne. For my community that isn't too familiar with what TapTap is, and it's essentially a platform for the mobile game community that helps discover and recommend new mobile games to play. So what is Forgotton Anne? It is essentially an indie platformer published by Square Enix and developed by Throughline Games. The game was released on Steam for PC and Mac, Xbox, PS4, Nintendo Switch, GOG, the App Store for iOS, and as well as Android on May 15, 2018. So currently there is a demo and paid version is $7 USD for mobile and $20 for Steam, and you play as the main character Anne, the enforcer who keeps order in the Forgotten Lands as she sets out to squash a rebellion that might prevent her master Bonku and herself from returning to the human world. So let's talk a little bit more about the juicy parts of why this game is probably the best visually storytelling game. Start off with the story. Without exactly spoiling the story, let me explain what exactly is the Forgotten Lands. Imagine a place where everything that is lost and forgotten goes. Old toys, letters, and single socks. The Forgotten Lands is a magical world inhabited by Forgottenlings, creatures composed of mislaid objects longing to be remembered again, and you will notice a lot of the NPCs you speak to is all different variants of anime objects like a lamp, light posts, a gun, camera, and many more, just to name a few. A lot of your gameplay will focus on fighting against a rebellion composed of the Forgottenlings, who aren't too much of a fan of the humans and don't exactly agree too well with the other Forgottenlings. Moving on over to combat. So the game focuses more on visual storytelling and platform. And so during my time through the demo and officially buying the game, we can use the word combat very loosely since there isn't exactly any fighting, but you can do a technique called distilling, which absorbs the energy out of the Forgottenlings. You come across most of your Forgottenlings you come across, but most of your combat is seeing how good you are at talking to the NPCs and seeing what's the correct thing to do to get to your main goal. You will come across a lot of the dialogue between you and the Forgottenlings, and you will have to talk your way out of it all. There is no fighting system like in most other games. This is purely visual storytelling and detective work, chasing down rebels with a decent story. My best thing about this game is the graphics. In my honest opinion, it is probably the greatest thing Forgotten Anne can really do, and it really helps push and portray the story that is meant to be told. They are hand-animated visuals created using the same traditional techniques that brought most of your favorite animated movies to life. To mix well with the visual art, the sound design is amazing thanks to the orchestral score performed by the Copenhagen Philharmonic Orchestra. So I do have a couple quick notes from the media, just from a couple of people who have been commenting and saying their own current reviews about Forgotten Anne. So we have one comment from the user Archeon, easily one of the best single player experiences I've had on the mobile platform, with a compelling story about forgotten things. And even people's journeys trying to make it back to the real world have interesting characters with a great lead, incredible voice acting, and stunning visuals that my eyes can feast on. Also, I have another one for you guys by another user called RP Boy. And these users are all on TapTap, by the way. This is the best storyline game I've ever played. You have choices in this game to continue the story, deep narrative, award-winning story, and design like an anime. The concept of this game is very excellent and a mystery in the end about the two worlds. So I do have a couple of pros and cons that I want to talk to you guys about. And essentially, the pros list is probably the longest list, but I try to keep it short for you guys. But first things first, great visual art, old school anime style, sort of like Studio Ghibli. Second, sound design is awesome. NPCs all have varying but great personalities. 7 hours for the main quest, about 10 hours for a side quest, and it does have 6 different endings just to increase your replay value. Now, the only cons I have with this game is the puzzles can be very misleading a bit, which most of this game consists of puzzles, which leads into my second con. There is hardly any actual gameplay other than doing puzzles here or there, and of course watching visual cutscenes. So if you're coming to play a action-packed game or something that has something to keep you busy, no, this is not the game. My biggest takeaways about Forgotten Anne is if you want a good storytelling game to play right now in 2022 with a great soundtrack, awesome visual work, and it only costs about $7 on mobile and $20 on Steam, then Forgotton Anne is the game for you. My playthrough was on my iPhone 13, or you could play it on console or Steam. The platforming bits isn't too hard, and the puzzles are easy to medium difficulty, but it will take a bit of thinking and you could probably lose your patience later on the game, but it isn't too difficult. With 6 different endings depending on the dialogue choices made during the game, it's enough for replay value, and if you actually want to discover new mobile games to play, whether it's a gacha RPG, to shooters, or even to story-based games like this one right now, to take it around with you, then come check out TapTap's website or app. You can download the app or... Alrighty guys, I want to take a quick little break from the original video. I actually wanted to show you guys a quick little thing about TapTap. So currently I'm going to have the video probably pop up right here, a screen recording of my phone per se, to show you guys the brand new app update to the TapTap. So yes, we already know that you can get it on the entire browser, but I want to show you guys what the app looks like. Currently right now it is reskinned. I am using this app on my iPhone. I am currently on iPhone 13 on iOS. You can of course download this game, download this app on Android as well. It is an entire mobile game platform really that has an entire community full of people who are huge fans of mobile games, and to see what developers can push and thrive way past the limits of an actual phone. This is definitely pretty crazy on how mobile games nowadays are just super advanced. So if you wanted to find brand new games, you want to discover brand new games, you want to find new games, you want to talk to other people who are like-minded with you in a mobile game space, then TapTap is the right one for you. So for an example, as you can probably see, you go to search up a game, which we're talking about Forgotton Anne. So I just type it in, pops up immediately, and I click on it. And essentially it gives you an entire ratings. You get to choose you can see my rating, which I give it a 5 stars. I love this game. I bought it. This game is amazing. And then if I want to check out the reviews, and of course I can click on them, run through, see people's videos on the game. I can see the screenshots. I can see what some people have said about the game. And you could do that with almost any game. And of course, if I wanted to download the game, I click the get button up here, or if you're on Android, you can click the download button, and it'll essentially take you to your corresponding store so you can be able to download it. But Forgotton Anne, I can see pretty much what people are saying, and I can scroll down even further. But that is pretty much TapTap and how this works. So just for example, another game, for example, since I've been touching Torchlight Infinite a lot, I can be able to search up Torchlight Infinite, see about everything I wanted to see about this game, from reviews, my own personal rating, different articles. So most of these devs drop their dev blogs or articles on TapTap. So if you guys want to be the first to know about specific things that is going on, then TapTap is the right one for you. Back to the video. Catch you guys next time. Or check it out in your browser. And also, if you want to check out my other mobile games I've covered, or looking for a brand new RPG to play, then go over on YouTube, or if you are watching this on YouTube right now, then subscribe to the Chaotic Inc. And as always, it's been your host, KSTTV, here at Chaotic Inc. Signing out. Peace.
Manifest, I don't sleep, that's so weak, don't plan to rest. I'm from a hood where you die if you don't pack a vest. No culinary degrees, but whipping crack the best. Chefing, hard times taught lessons. Praying every night to pull up in park Benzes. What's my home is what you call trenches. You wouldn't last a day seeing life through all lenses. It's all tension, no sun, and rain and plenty. Full-time job, still can never make a penny. I ain't rapping.